First, let me tell you guys why did I did this video. I make this video because I would like you people understood a little bit how can a man that is considered as a child be understood as an adult. Because sometimes people think that some guys, some women are like kids. They are not as adults. And what happened to me changed my mind in such a way that made me understand how can I be more adult. First of all, there was a complaint between I and my mother. My mother is always a person that is always complaining, always crying with me, always complaining and boasting its mouth, telling me things that just hurt me. And a day we had a complaint, but this complaint was not just one of another ones. This complaint was hard. She kept crying loud and stopping me when I tried to say some things. I was blocked by her, and I got so nervous trying to speak and always being blocked by her. So I tried to say, but she never let me. Always crying and complaining. But some years ago, a day, I felt out of my mind and I punched my mom on the face. She got so scared that she made shit on its pants. That moment was marvelous for me. I know this is wrong, but what about a guy of 33 years old that still live with your mother and don't have enough money, and she is always crying with him, putting him down, and a day he punches her. I pummeled my mom, and that moment I felt like I was a man. I know that the conception of being a man for every kind of person is different. Maybe that thing I did is not considered being a man, but I mean that I could struggle and go up. But I have no proud of that moment, but I felt without weight upon my shoulders, like I was free of some sins. And so in the middle of that complaint I was having with my mom, I said like this: you always kept crying. You cried on our first house. You cried on our second house. You cried on our third house. And you cried in that apartment. But when you cried in that apartment, you did it for another reason. So you got. I was remembering he remembering my mom about that circumstance, that moment in our lives. And she said, "Oh yeah, but I thought you was sick." And because I did, I thought you were sick. But I said to her, I could be sick, but I felt like doing that. That was necessary. And so I said like this. But my mom never understands. And she said in the middle of the complaint that I was not a man. And I said, oh yeah, I was a man. In that opportunity, when I did that with you, when I make that with you, I was a man, because it is needed to be a man to put up an end in a situation as a water dropping from a tap, doing always ping, 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 throughout the years, with never stopping. Any situation is able enough to stop the jar of my mom. So I said like this, I was a man to try to put an end all in at once for a thing that just is kept through the years, as another water dropping from a tap, always doing ping, 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 ping. Yeah, that is the first thing I would like to tell you guys. But the second thing was another one that happened in the last week. My cousin had a complaint with my aunt, and that complaint was so much hard. He has 44 years old, and he cried with her, made her feel so bad. She cried, and that situation was not good. And so I heard about that thing, but didn't think about the thing either, though. But I just posted a picture of me and my mom on Facebook, and my cousin was online in that moment. I think he said that picture of me and my mom, and I wrote, I and my mom, we are always fighting but always loving each other. I think he thought about that circumstance and realized what he made with his own mom. The picture I posted was that. Me and my mom. A so emotion picture that shows us how it's important to us have a mom. And I'm 33 and she's 66 in this picture, and my cousin saw that picture. I think he thought about his way with his own mom. And I realized something too. I understood that I never put myself in the things that happen among my family, within my family, putting my ego inside that complaints. I never complained. I never was invited to complaints, as the people don't see me as a 33 years old guy. They kept me as a child. But when I was able enough to put my cousin in his own place, when he saw this picture and he had just finished fighting against his own mom, my aunt, I felt like I was getting enough able to get into the things of my family as an adult, and understood another thing, that I need to treat good my mom and always respect her. She said, "Oh yes, you are right, because I told her about this that I did." And she said, "I always liked you, Henry, but when you say to me, 'shut up,' I don't like. So stop telling me shut up." And I realized that I should stop saying to her that shut up, and respect her as a 66 years old woman. And I understood this, and I thought I got a thought as an adult that made me feel more adult. Another thing that I would like to tell you guys is about a mania that I have. I think that I talk to people by telepathy, and I talk to two persons, a girl that I like her, I would like to date her, and a guy that is a friend for me. But we were talking by mind to mind, by telepathy, as I believe. Please don't judge us. But I was just saying what I do. And I just had spit on its face. I just had spit on its face, on the face of her. And she said that she has no reaction, because she has low self-esteem. And she said, "I'm used to this. I have low self-esteem." And I said to her that I felt the same, that I have low self-esteem too. I have low self-esteem too. And I live next to a college, a high school. And in that moment, the kids were crying. The kids in ages of 7 years old, 9 years old, just crying because they were playing. And so they started to cry like this: "He is sick, he is sick, he is sick." They were crying another thing, but it looked like this. I thought they were saying like this: he is sick, he is sick, he is sick. And I reminded how it was my childhood. with no invites to birthdays, or with no so much friends, not so many friends. And I felt like I was living again in my childhood, with a kid saying to me, he is sick. And as you guys might know, I have a disease, a mental disease, schizophrenia, and a blind disease. But I feel like I am not adult enough. And these two things I said to you guys first made me realize that I am being an adult. But this thing I am telling you now about telepathy, I will just end it, and you guys will understand that this made me feel more with a self-esteem bigger than before. And so I spit on the face of that girl, and she said that she has no reaction. And I said that I felt the same. I has no reaction. I'm used to this, I like it. When the guy I speak mind to mind by telepathy try to fight me, I just smile and like it. She do the same. But I spit on her face, and she said that she liked it and she has no reaction. And I said to her that she and that guy has a comportment about myself. They look at me like this, staring at me as I am above and they below me, under me, as I am a god. And it's like this. Look that frog. This frog is staring up at that card. This card allows me to trip by bus without payment, because I am a special guy. I have mental disease, and this card I earned it because of this. And this frog is staring that card. My picture is blocked by a paper, and my name too. And they kept looking at me, staring at me like this. And I said to them, you kept looking at me like this, as a kid waiting something for a father. And so I realized that I do this with my mom. She has 66, and as you guys could see in the picture I show you, she is so much older than me. And I treat her like this, as she is above myself and I am under her, just staring like this, waiting something with palms up to the sky. And these two guys I said that I talk by telepathy do the same with me. And so I realized what I do to my mom, because I am a poor person in this card I show you people, because I am a guy with diseases, and this card was given to me for a trip by bus without payment. So I am a special person. And the frog just kept looking, staring at that person, at that card, waiting something. And I do the same with my mom. My mom is weak, and I am always staring at her. So when I thought like this, first I thought that I was sick because I had low self-esteem from my childhood and my teens and my teenager, and so my young age and my adult age now. But I realized it, and that girl realized it, that girl that I spit on it face realized it too, that as I do to my mom, staring at her, a weak person, so old, and I do that to her, I just realized that I need to stop doing like they do to me. These two guys do to me, staring at me, a weak person, a sick person, and they stare at me. And I do the same with my mom, so I realized that I need to stop doing that. And so I understood that I need to be more adult and stop doing this. And I understood that my low self-esteem just went away, and I had a better self-esteem. So I said this to you guys because I think this is important. Be more adult and set away the low self-esteem. Realize how it is important. Treat elders good and respect them. All of this that I said because I understood like this and I think like this. So I would like you guys understood that this is important to me. So that's just that. Thank you guys for watching and see you. Bye.